1989 Volvo 340. We'll start by having a look at the bodywork. Nice shaded dark red, this one. This front driver's wing, start there. All nice and clean. Plastics themselves are all good as well. There's no scuffs or anything on the corners. The arch, it's all nice and tidy. Could do with a good clean on the inside. It's got a bit of mud there. And there's a bracket here where there's been a mud guard sat here. Whether you replace the mud guard or take the bracket off, it's up to you. And there's a little mark here in the paint. Sill going all the way along on this driver's side is all nice and clean. Driver's door has a little mark just here, and that's just a bit of dirt, and a tiny little mark where it's been touched in on the leading edge of the door as well. But other than that, nice and clean. If you look down the side of the car, all nice and straight. It's not covered in dents or anything like that. Still got the Volvo and the reg stamps on the windows all the way around, which is cool. Nice clean rear arch there. Matching wheel trims on the steel wheels all the way around. All nice and clean. This does lock because I've unlocked it just before to put some fuel in it. A little bit of lacquer peel on this tiny sort of line next to the window, as you can see there. Onto the rear of the car, both tail light lenses are all nice and clean, not cracked or anything like that. Nice and bright. I say 340, all the correct badging and everything on there. The spoiler, it's nice and soft, it hasn't dried out. There's a couple of little marks there. Other than that, it's nice and soft, not dried out, it's not cracked. As you can see, underside of the bumper and everything's all good. Looking down this side of the car, nice and tidy as well. The roof, could do with a bit of a polish, it's got a little bit fading on it. Just a good hand polish should sort that out. But it's not covered in any dent or anything like that. It's not been in a pretty massive hailstorm or anything too sinister. This rear passenger arch, nice and tidy, as is the sill, as you can see. Little mark here on the door, tiny little one. And there's been a mark touched in there, which you can't even see on the camera, I don't think. But tiny little one nonetheless. This front arch again, it's had those mud flaps on there at some point. That's all nice and clean, no sign of any corrosion or anything. The front of the car, bumper sits nice and straight. It's not faded or cracked or anything like that. Both headlights are good. Bonnet has a little bit of a dent here, as you can see there on the camera. And it's got a little bit of a reaction in the paint here as well, along that edge on the driver's side. Rest of it's all good. We'll have a look at the interior. It's worth buying a Volvo 340 just for how the seats tilt. Absolute common sense, so you can get in and out easy. Back seats are nice and tidy, nice and clean. There's no sign of any marks or any stains or anything on those. Headlining is nice. It's not sagging or anything. There's no stains or any marks on it. It's done 58,000 miles there, as you can see, which we will detail in the description what we've got in the way of sort of history and things to back that up. Driver's seat, nice and clean, exactly as you'd expect for 58,000 mile Volvo. Top of the dash, that's all nice and tidy. Still got the holders for your tapes there if you've still got some tapes. Although it has had the head unit changed for a CD player. But either way, and then amazingly, cloth seats on a Volvo 340 with heated seats. Not only has it got heated seats, but they still work as well, which is spectacular. The boot, you've still got your parcel shelf, which isn't faded or anything, which is nice. It's sat under quite a large screen, and it's not come away unfaded. Nice dark black carpet in the boot. Underneath there, the boot floor is lovely and clean. No sign of any corrosion, no moisture or anything in there. Just what you want to see. Again, registration stamps on the windows on that side and on this side as well. Yeah, another nice clean door card. Dash and everything's all nice and tidy on this side. And again, this passenger seat, no sign of any wear at all. Although Volvos do tend to wear better than a lot of cars. So bonnet, standard Volvo design, you've got to click it, lift it at the front and lift it that way. But in here, in and around the shock towers and all that sort of stuff's all nice and clean. Underside of the bonnet, really, really good. Still got your spare wheel in there with a pretty much brand new Pirelli tyre. Lovely and clean, as you can see, no sign of any corrosion. Just what you'd want to see. We've had a couple of these lower mileage Volvo 340s. They're a popular thing because they're just quirky enough, but they're still a Volvo, so they're comfy and safe and reliable. But there you go, starts on the button, that's no choke. You can see, lovely and happy. No sign of any smoke or anything coming out the back. We did have it running for a little while the other day when we wiped it down. No sign of any temperature issues. It doesn't seem to drop any fluids or anything like that if we look underneath. As you can see there. So there you have it. Nice, clean, low mileage Volvo 340. If you've got any inquiries, please get in touch.